Hey everyone, how's it going? Shuffle's back here with another video, and we are back with some more Watcher of Realms. So today what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Gear Raid. We just covered in the last three videos, we covered Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 3, from stages 1 to stage 18. The reason we did that way is because stage 19 plus are, first of all, were added after the fact for the test server, so they very much stand out from the other floors. They're also a little bit different, but beyond all that, if we take a look, once you hit stage 19, they start to drop these red gear sets, which are basically the ascended sets. So, for those of you who don't know, you can, some of your gear you can ascend, and it's based on what set it's on. So, some sets you can ascend, some sets you can't. I know this is one of them that you can ascend. So this is a normal piece of gear, not a mythic piece. If you ascend this, it costs 200 of these primitive spirits, and it turns into one of the red sets, in this case, Ancient Wrath. So instead of getting increased damage by 25% for 3 seconds after making critical hits, it turns into Ancient Wrath, which is plus 30 crit damage, and then another 1 crit damage after making a crit every time for 30 times. So you can get up to 60% crit. And then on top of that, it also gives you an extra 6% on the main stat, which is very nice. And then it doesn't change the substats. Now, these things do not drop very often, so don't expect them. Most of mine, I think I got from Clan Boss, actually. And then even harder is going to be ascending your ancient mythic pieces, because you need to get these eternal bullion things, and I've never even seen one. So keep that in mind, but you can turn your old sets into the new pieces. So anyway, a little bit of a tangent there, but for those of you who don't know, I felt like that was important. All right, so why are we doing Gear Raid 2 first? We're doing it first because Gear Raid 3, I think, is harder. You pretty much need a Piercer Lord, or you need Setrum. Reason being, if we take a look at the guide real quick, is there's things coming down here, and if you can't run a Piercer Lord to hit them from these tiles in the middle and face them across to hit them and kill them, you can't win. There's just no way to do it. I assume there's other units on the test server that can do it, but I've never played the test server, so there's really no way to do it. The only way to have enough tiles is to do it with Setrum, because then you could have people facing out, or well, you could get the job done on the sides, and then you could also have somebody Setrum facing up to kill both sides. But the way it is currently, one of those slots has to be facing out, and it's not possible. So that's why we're not doing Gear Raid 3, because I don't have a Piercer Lord and I don't have Setrum, so I just can't. Gear Raid 1, I find, is quite a bit harder than Gear Raid 2. I think Gear Raid 2 is the hardest one. And I haven't cleared Gear Raid 1 yet, so pretty sure I need another mage to make that work on 19. So I might actually build up the Epic that we got earlier, because I haven't built her, but we'll see. Anyway, Gear Raid 2. So how are we going to do this? We are going to do a run on auto. Then we're going to do a second run where I break it down and hopefully explain what happened in the first run. And then I'll show you another auto run at the end so that hopefully it can tie everything together. At least that's the plan. So let's go. It was the longest introduction possibly of all time. I will try and pause it in between at key points, just so I can explain what's going on. That way you'll know when we get into the breakdown what I'm talking about. So there's 3 sets of waves that come in. Wave 1, just so you know, this is Decimus and this is Silas. Wave 1, we're going to despawn these guys. So I'm just doing what I got to do to kill them and then despawn them before the golem comes in. Because when the golem comes in, he does the shriek skill. The Shriek does 150% of your max HP, which means you're going to die, unless you have some crazy protection. We are going to use Sadie today. I don't have a team without Sadie, so if you don't have Sadie, this might not work for you. But anyway, let's go from there. So Decimus, just so you know, in this when I first cleared this, he was level 1 with no gear. I did have to give him his first promotion, and I did have to skill up his ultimate, but other than that, nothing. So you can see he dies right away, but his passive keeps him alive. We pop the ultimate there on Silas. He kills both. We despawn. Here's the Shriek that would have killed us. Decimus only has a 17-second cooldown, so we put him in to block the boulders. They come through, hit our Isolde, and die. And then our mage at the top here, Vierna, can kill the wave. And we despawn the right-hand side. The reason we despawned the right-hand side there was because it allows our healers to keep up. Our healers, there's 3 healers on the field and Isolde. And if we don't despawn the right-hand side, this earthquake, along with the Shriek, is just going to kill us. The reason we survived the Shriek that was so big was because of Sadie. We popped her ultimate right there and reduced the incoming damage. But even still, even with 3 healers, you're still going to die. They just can't keep up with the heals. So again, we block with Decimus, and allow the second attack to go into another tank, in this case, Regulus. Now we have Comet cleaning up. We're able to survive this. And then at the end, we're good to go. So the end part is actually quite easy. The trick is surviving the 3 waves. So let's try and break it down. Let's get rid of these. That way I don't have to go looking for them later. Just an FYI, I am going to leave the Power of Dominance on. The Power of Dominance gives you an extra 30% stats. Reason I'm going to leave it on is because, oh my god, this took me forever to clear, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to clear it again without it on. So, in the interest of not spending 2 hours of everybody's time trying to clear it, we're going to do it with it on, but we're going to do it really slowly, and I will break down each part of it. It doesn't change the timing. All it does, really, is change my incoming damage and my outgoing damage. But the timing of all your skills will be the same. It won't change anything. So this is the team we're using. I think we use every single person in here. Yeah, we use all 10 of these people. Now, you could sub some of them out. You can change the mages for other mages. Silas you don't necessarily need. I brought him to help clear the right-hand side, and he ended up clearing the beginning as well. And any tanks really will do. My Regulus was only half-geared. I had just summoned him, and he was only 5-star and half-geared when I cleared it. And like I said, Decimus was just 3-star level 1. Also, the BP, you can see we're way under the BP suggestion, but this doesn't matter at all. Alright, so first things first, we need to deal with the left. The left is always going to be the most important. We're going to put down, the reason the left is most important is because the fight starts on the left and finishes on the left, so we got to keep it safe. So we're going to put him down because we want him to get his ultimate as soon as possible. It doesn't need to be him. You don't need your ultimate as soon as possible. Basically, you just need somebody that can clear this, ideally with only 2 people. Also, you can use any tank here. I could have used Livian here. We're going to use him, Decimus, because Decimus has a really low respawn of 17.5 seconds. So we put him down. He kills us. We're going to recall him because you get half the cost back for recalling instead of letting him die. And then we're going to pop Silas's ultimate. He's going to kill the second one, and then we're going to despawn Silas. You can see we're at 39 cost. Now we're at 45. So now we wait. We survived the first wave, sort of wave. He's going to come in and do a shriek. And now you can see our Decimus is already ready to go. Because we're going to use him first up here to block these rolling boulders. Because there's 2 of them. There's going to be 2 boulders every time. We're going to wait because we want to not take as much of this damage as we can. You can put this down and wait. Right about here. And then we're going to select him because you got to wait for this second boulder to take damage and then just bounce back just a little bit. See how he moves back? Now we're going to recall. We're going to put Isolde down. They're going to start rolling again. And as soon as they hit her, they die. If they don't start rolling again, like if you don't wait for him to go back and then they don't start rolling again, they're not going to die and you're going to have a hard time killing them. Because from here, we have to put heals in to keep her alive. With our heal placement, just an FYI, I did change mine. You want Sadie in the middle if you have her, because she has like a cross shape for her heal. So she's going to heal the middle row, and she's going to heal across, healing your tanks. And she's got the damage reduction, so that's what you're really looking for with her. And then we're going to put Elwyn in the middle, because she'll heal the whole center core. And then we're going to take Vortex, put him on the side, because he can reach, if you face him sideways, he can reach all the way across and heal both sides. So that's our game plan here. So we're going to start with him, because we don't want her to die. Put her in the back, and we're going to put her in the middle. So next, there's no rolling boulders here. We can put you down, and we're gonna put her down. There is another group, so there's 3 of them. So we're gonna wait on Virna's skill. Although we put her down a little late here. And we pop it and kill everybody. So everyone's dead. Now the big part is going to do this shriek. We're going to recall on the right, and then we're going to pop the Sadie ability. So we go recall, pop her ability, and we survive the shriek, and we're going to heal. So we're good to go. We made it through the next wave. Now, we're going to have to survive these boulders on the left. On the right, we're going to do the same trick we did earlier on with the first set of boulders with our Decimus and our Regulus this time. Obviously, we can't use Livian because she's on cooldown. And then for damage, we're going to put Comet in the middle. So actually, we're going to wait, because we want to get this right at the right moment. Exact same as last time. Although he's not going to do his Earthquake, but that's fine. So, because we skilled him up, just so you know, same with the first wave, because we skilled him up, he's got an extra, I think, 4 seconds, or maybe it's 2 seconds, I don't know what it is. But either way, there's 2 boulders. He can't make it through to the second boulder without the skill ups. So you do have to skill him up. Otherwise, this one will hit him, and then his passive will expire, and this one won't hit him, and you'll just die. But you need these guys to both drop health so that when they pass him, they both die. So this has nothing to do with gear or anything. This is just purely the mechanics of the dungeon. You could have any gear on this right-hand side, and this is exactly what would happen. So let's play it. We're waiting here. Waiting for the second boulder to hit. When it does, you'll see the damage. Then we let him move back just a little bit. and then we recall, and then we put down Regulus and our damage. And these guys should start rolling again and die. Perfect. And now we're pretty good. We survived the wave. We are at the point now where the next wave is coming in, and this wave is almost dead. Really, we haven't needed to do too much yet. We're going to wait for him to finish his thing. And then because we have her on or Comet on there, we might have to put Silas down on the right here to help heal. Or to help kill this right-hand side. But we'll see. Also, you're really hoping you have Sadie's ability back. Yeah, I think we're going to put him down here. Just because I had to do it when I was doing the other run. I don't think we're going to have to here because we have the stat boost, but... And then we're going to pop his ultimate when we can. So we want to get rid of these things as soon as possible. Because we need to kill these things, and we're going to pop Silas's ultimate. So you can see his Shriek is coming, which means we're about to die. And if you can, we want to be able to recall here, because you can see we have our Decimus, and we have our Livian. So we can re-protect the right-hand side if we need to. The question is, can we kill these guys and recall before this Shriek happens? If we can, great. If not, it is what it is. Whatever happens, you do absolutely have to get your Sadie ultimate off, or again, you're dead. And ideally, your Isolde ultimate as well. So we didn't have time. We didn't have time to recall. I had to pop the Sadie ultimate there. There's no way we were going to do it in time. We barely did it as it was. But it doesn't really matter if this right side dies, right? As long as your left side lives, you can see they're full health. We don't even have to heal them. It's completely fine. But that's all because of the Sadie ultimate. If you don't get that off, you're full dead. Also, if we needed to, we do have our troll here from Evelyn that we could use to heal up, which we're going to use probably on the right. But because he lived, we don't need to worry about the second half of our boulder stop. We can just use Decimus. We're going to try and wait as much as we can on this because we don't want him to proc before the boulder gets there. There we go. And we don't even need to recall him yet, really. Also, if Comet dies, we can put Viren in. You can see, because we didn't recall Silas, he did die. But it's not a big deal. We don't really care. We've already dealt with the right side. The left side's almost dead. We have an extra heal. We have an extra tank. We're good to go. We also didn't... we didn't proc the Isolde passive, which we could have. So now... Actually, I'm not going to put her there. Hold on. She doesn't have any heals if we put her there. Now we're up on the golem. We're going to drop our troll here. We probably don't have to. We're going to do that. And he's going to do a bunch of earthquakes here. Not yet. He does his swipes, and then he does the earthquakes. We're going to pop the Isolde ability and whatever abilities we have. You most likely don't need them, but... just to be safe. Here's my cursor. I lost my cursor. Pop his ability. And there we go.
A strong step toward retribution.
So my other run was actually better. But it worked fine. There was never really any danger. We were never in trouble of dying. You just need to really time everything right, and obviously you need the right units. So let's go in. We're going to do an auto run just so you can see it one more time. Kind of see it fluidly all in action. And that'll be it. So we're going to let this run full speed. So just to recap, we got our Silas and our Decimus. Tanking this left side, we recall the Decimus so he doesn't die, and we get the cost back. We recall Silas to get the cost back. Wait for the Shriek. We Decimus again. Wait for the second one. Let it roll into our Zolde. Put up our 3 healers and our tank and our damage. You probably want to put up your damage first here. That way she can get her cooldown a little bit lower. And she can pop this a little bit sooner because it'll give you a little more time to recall. We cut it a little bit close on the first one because you want time to kill, then recall, then pop Sadie. So we recall. There's the Shriek. We come again with another Decimus block. You can see they both pop the second they hit him, so we're good to go. And now just the last couple boulders. Kill everybody. Silas actually lives this time. And because Silas is here, he just blows them up anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. If you have any questions about 2.19, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. I do stream on Twitch every day except for Wednesday and Saturday, usually from noon to about 8 o'clock, so about 8 hours. So feel free to come by, stop by Twitch, and come say hello. I got all the links in the description below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.